Africa keeps hearing one promise: the future belongs to you. But the future doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who build. Every few years, another headline declares Africa rising. Yet, behind the bright lights and international speeches lies a quiet truth. We're still living on borrowed blueprints, powered by borrowed machines, guided by borrowed ideas. Independence gave us flags, but power still comes from somewhere else. At the center of modern power is the lithography machine, the heart of global chip manufacturing. There isn't a single one built or owned in Africa. Every phone, every drone, every computer depends on chips made in factories in the Netherlands, Taiwan, South Korea, or China. Dream of a digital Africa, yet the tools that build that dream live thousands of miles away. Without mastering machines like these, we're not shaping the future. We're just subscribing to it. Most of our textbooks aren't written by Africans. From engineering to economics, our education still studies systems built to serve other worlds. We graduate every year, millions of bright minds, yet very few inventors. We're learning the world, not writing it. A continent that memorizes cannot lead. Look at our armies. Ethiopia flies Russian and American jets. Kenya patrols its skies with donated U.S. helicopters. Nigeria receives armored vehicles from China. Egypt's navy sails French-built frigates. Morocco's defense runs on American F-16s. Uganda secures its lakes with boats from South Korea. Somalia's Coast Guard, funded and trained by the European Union. We talk of sovereignty, yet our strength arrives in containers painted with foreign flags. Every bullet, every radar, every drone tells a story of nations that build versus nations that borrow. Africa exports gold, cobalt, coffee, oil, raw treasures. We import cars, phones, and clothes, finished brilliance. The same cobalt dug from Congolese soil powers the smartphones designed in California and assembled in Shenzhen. We ship genius in barrels and buy it back in boxes. Our wealth leaves as dirt and returns as luxury. We celebrate GDP growth but ignore value creation. Every gift carries a signature. Aid is never free. Loans, partnerships, capacity building, the vocabulary of dependency. When your army, your roads, and your networks depend on others, your destiny follows their design. When you rely on others for protection, they decide when you're safe. Africa's best minds often train abroad and learn outdated systems. By the time they return, technology has already moved on. Quantum computing, advanced robotics, nanoengineering, fields still far from our classrooms. We keep importing knowledge, but never the tools that make it real. We're learning yesterday's future, not tomorrow's. From the independence wave of the 1960s to China's Belt and Road projects today, Africa's map has always been drawn with outside ink. France once withdrew troops from Mali, and Russia filled the vacuum. When U.S. aid slowed in Sudan, Chinese loans appeared. New powers, same pattern. Africa remains the project, never the planner. We are the world's testing ground for politics, religion, and technology we didn't design. While Europe built steam engines, Africa exported cotton. While Asia built chip foundries, Africa debated tariffs. When the world moved to digital economies, Africa still imported hardware. You can't download development, you must manufacture it. And you can't manufacture without owning the machines. Imagine a continental research alliance, a shared chip foundry project, a unified engineering curriculum written for Africa by Africans. That's not a dream, it's overdue. Africa doesn't lack intelligence, it lacks instruments. We have visionaries, coders, scientists, artists, but without fabrication, funding, and freedom, ideas die in notebooks. The next empire will not be conquered by armies, but by algorithms. Africa's rise won't come from politics or prayers. It will come from invention, from the courage to build our own machines, write our own code, and teach our own truths. Power is not gifted. It's engineered.